Hey guys, Nadia here, Gotham Geek Girl at New York Comic Con. Super excited. I am joined by best-selling author Max Brooks. How's your con going?
So far, so good. It's been a lot of fun to see a bunch of people here having a good time and not see the Javits Center as COVID emergency HQ.
And super excited, we are here to discuss the Minecraft trilogy. This is the third and final book of your series. How excited are you to be releasing this in like a week or two, right?
Yeah, it's just about to come out. This is the final book. Book number 1, The Island, was our character. I call him Jack Black because he read the audiobook. Spawns in the world, doesn't understand the world, doesn't understand himself, doesn't know how to live. In the ocean, swims to an island, learns how to survive, and learns life lessons on how to survive. And the last life lesson is growth doesn't come from a comfort zone. You gotta go. You gotta keep pushing. You gotta leave the island. He leaves. Book 2, The Mountain. Now, Sean Astin, who read the audiobook, gets to a new continent and meets another castaway who's living under a mountain. And the life lessons are all about friendship, how to be a friend to somebody, and how to be a team. And then at the end of this, they leave the mountain and the comfort of the mountain, and in book 3 they get to a village, and they learn how to be part of a community. So it's the natural, logical, sort of organic ending to this trilogy, which is how do we be citizens and live in this broader world?
And in book 3 we have Summer and Guy, and they're kind of experiencing like, I guess, new conflicts and like monstrous mobs and stuff. I guess, how did you go about with each book coming up with the concepts and like new challenges? You're the king of survival, so like survival.
Well, Minecraft it's a survival game. I mean, they literally, you play it on survival. I mean, you could play creative, which I got nothing against that. I've never played on creative. I call it the living with your parents version because you don't have to really do anything. As my son would say, you just get it from your inventory, and I'm like, yeah. It's like living with your parents.
You want the challenge, the
yeah,
work.
well, because the challenge and the work is what makes you grow. It makes you smarter and stronger, and and challenges are important. And also, Minecraft survival teaches you so much about life. And so I had to play a ton of the game. Because I don't know how you feel about this, but I cannot stand when I see an established franchise given to someone and they just lazy out. Right? They're like, oh no, people are going to show up. What do I care? Like, I'll just, whatever. I wanted 2 things. I wanted everyone playing Minecraft to know I've played it a lot, way more than any grown man should have. Because I want you to trust me. But also, too, there's things you learn as a writer from the gameplay that you can only see from the gameplay. Little random things that can happen that would happen to me that I would put in the story. So, like, at the beginning of every book, I say, the following is based on true events. I'm not making that up. Everything in the book happened to me as the player. And the challenge as the writer was to pick and choose what incidents I wanted to weave into a story.
And you can really tell that, like, you care about this IP a lot. And I respect that. That's really important. I guess, did you have, like, full creative freedom with this? You were able to, like, go all out, like, all your ideas?
Yeah, I got shockingly lucky. That will never happen again. That never happens. Mojang, they asked me if I wanted to write the first book. I said yes, and they didn't interfere. It was incredible. Because they could have easily been like, and they could have said no, because I pitched them. I said, no, I want to do a book with life lessons in it. I want to get real deep. As Eddie Murphy said in Beverly Hills Cop 2, I'm going deep, deep, deep. And they could have said, no, we're doing a little cute little tie-in for our video game, right? But they said, no, go for it. So I'm very lucky, and I certainly don't expect that to happen if I ever do another tie-in for anything else.
And you wrote one of my favorite books of all time, World War Z. I'm completely obsessed with it. And I think the whole premise was like genius, like taking the idea of like interviews of people. Like, this is something I don't think we've really seen before. So I guess with your experience like of survival, how did you kind of implement that into the Minecraft series?
Well, it's funny because I get asked a lot why I write in different genres. People say, well, your books are so different. I mean, there's Minecraft and, zombies, in my book Devolution about Bigfoot, and then my graphic novel Harlem Hellfighters, the true story, African American soldiers in World War I. But it's all the same theme. it's all about adaptation. It's all about, we're doing our thing, right? Start out living your life, everything's fine, and then something changes, and here comes a challenge, here comes a crisis, and the way you are and what you do, that doesn't work anymore. You have to change. You have to become a different person. You have to grow and adapt. So that's a theme I do in everything. So like World War Z was, instead of the adaptation of an individual, it was society. There were countries. How do countries, right? And yeah, and you take a look at sort of different cultures and different governments, and you figure which ones are the resilient ones that can change and which ones are so rigid they're just going to implode. Because every country, just like every individual, has strengths and weaknesses. So I wanted to explore that.
And then how did you kind of come up with the concept of like the different characters and bringing them to like life in the series?
In World War Z.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Back to Minecraft.
In Minecraft, no. In Minecraft, I put myself in their shoes. So like the island, I just pictured what if I woke up in the world of Minecraft? Yeah, what if I woke up in the world of Minecraft and didn't know what it was? Like I knew nothing. And you know that feeling. The first time you sit down to play a video game, right? And you don't know nothing. And you're just figuring it out and you're making stupid mistakes, that sense of innocence. So that's all I had to do was channel that into Guy, our first character. And then Summer, all I had to do was picture what if somebody had spawned, instead of near a nice little temperate island, what if they spawned in the taiga, where it's freezing cold and there's almost no food and monsters are coming from everywhere and there's no place to hide. You would be a badass because you'd have to be. And so that helped shape Summer's character as opposed to Guy, who's sort of like, hey, how's it going? Oh, there's a challenge. Let me think about it for like a year.
I'm like, not that time, bro.
Right, and Summer's like, no.
We gotta do it now.
No, yeah, we just gotta do this. And so it's nature versus nurture. So I used the environments, the biomes of Minecraft to help shape who my characters are.
How did you go about, say like with the village or an island, did you have to kind of do like any specific research in regards to like what kinds of foods or resources are available?
Yeah, just playing a ton of Minecraft and just figuring out and the game's always changing. And that happened to me writing the island. Because I literally got halfway through the book and then I logged on to play and suddenly everything was different and I was like, let me end it. But then I realized, wait a minute, that's a great lesson. The world changes. Because I'm way, way older than you. And when I was young, the world didn't really change that much. Like maybe every 20 years a new technology or something would come in and we'd all have to be like, oh, I guess we gotta change. But like, you're growing up in a time when everything is changing every day. You wake up every day and there's like something new happening. And you gotta change with it. And that's a great lesson, and Minecraft teaches you that. Because suddenly there's new mobs, or you have new abilities, or the resource rules change. And yeah, that's a video game, but welcome to real life.
And is there any other IP that you would like to work on or anything that you are currently working on you can talk about?
You know, I'm going back to my original stuff. So I've got a short story that, I mean, you know me, I research everything so much. So a short story that took me 6 months to put together, because it's a war story, future war. Got enough of those. And then there's a new book that I'm starting, and that's going to take a long time, because with my research, like with Minecraft, I just had to play Minecraft. I got lucky. But with all my other stuff, I got to talk to experts. I got to read books. I got to read articles. I have to watch videos. Sometimes I have to live it. Like when I did my Devolution Sasquatch book, I actually had to go to that part of Washington State where I put my community and see if my characters could walk out of there. And you can't even walk in there. And I had to make the weapons my characters make, because I had to figure, can it be done if you have no tools and no skills and you don't know anything and all you've got is like what's in your house? Can you make a spear? So I had to actually try and do it. So yeah, this new book, oh boy, it's like trying to get a PhD, I guess.
I'm excited for that. And then you're kind of like an expert with like knives and stuff. Can you talk about that a little bit?
Okay, let's talk about expertise. I'm not an expert at anything. All right, I'm just a student of this stuff. Okay, so like the Minecraft lessons, I'm not like, listen, young one. This is how you partake of my wisdom. No, I'm patience, planning, recovery from failure. I mean, all the things that guys having to learn in the first book and then the second book about friendship, I'm learning that stuff too. I know that these are true lessons, but I'm right there with you. And as far as like knives and swords, yeah, I mean, if you're being attacked by a zombie, what is the best knife? And this is an important lesson, so listen up, children. Don't believe what you see in the movies, right? Because things that are cool are not necessarily what's practical. Like a samurai sword is very cool. Here's the problem. Samurai sword was invented for samurai. And basically, if you're a good samurai, you kill your enemy in one swipe. There's no like long battles. Yeah, there's no like duels that go on for half an hour. Because the samurai blade, I had to study samurai blades, they're so precise. And the steel is folded on top of each other over and over again that it would break, it would notch. So that's not a weapon you need to live in a zombie world where nobody's making any new weapons. You need a machete. Because machetes are just hardcore, just made to be used over and over and over again. It's a tool, and it's meant to take punishment. So you want something real simple. You don't want something extravagant and fancy. You also don't want something that takes a lot of skill. Back to the samurai sword. A samurai sword, you have to have a lifetime of experience to be a samurai. It's not something you can just pick up and use. A machete, you can just pick up and use it. And I own 37 of them because I wanted to find out which machetes were the best, because a lot nowadays are made to look cool, and they're not meant to be used. So just find something simple and basic, kids, and that's your zombie weapon.
That's how you survive.
That's how you survive.
Thank you so much, Max. This is a pleasure. Make sure to check out Minecraft.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
What's the new book title? Are you
I
can't say it.
nothing.
Ooh.